Hello, and welcome to Why This Album is the Balls. In Cauda Venenum, poison in the tail. I wonder if that is a use of words and the tale of poison. Could be. There's some interesting lyrics in this album. I think they had a lot of material left over from Sorceress, from what I read somewhere. So a lot of this is kind of Sorceress Part 2, but in any case. So we stick with the same guys, except for Axelrod says goodbye after this album was released. So he is being replaced by Sami Karppinen from Therion for the tour, which hopefully will go well. And I'm sure it will. The guy's obviously amazing. So here we go. Song number 1, Garden of Earthly Delights. It's a pretty weird intro, which is awesome because I love weird intros. So we have this kind of ominous chanting sound from the keyboards. And then at this part, these kind of 80s retro vibes come in. It is pretty weird, and I love it. At the end, there's some like city noise, church bells, people talking, and then we have a kid's voice saying something, I believe in Swedish, and if you translate it, it'll say, "Because if you stop thinking, then you'll be dead." Well, probably so.
För det om man slutar tänka, då blir man död.
Pretty cool intro. Now there's this theme of people's voices and things like that throughout this album, which gives it such a weird twist. So number 2, Dignity. Now it comes in hard with a good old scream, just repeating that riff and that scream. It's just a great start off to an awesome song. And then we have this voice. This older man says, at the end of a year, many people experience a sense of sadness when considering whatever returns again. For others, it is a moment of anticipation for the possibility of conquering it. Others again worry about a change that means uncertainty and perhaps deterioration. All these sentiments are understandable separately. Someone said the other day that we are living in the time of great breakup.
Vid ett årsskifte så upplever många en känsla av vemod i tanke på det som aldrig mer återkommer. För andra är det ett ögonblick av förväntan inför möjligheten att erövra det nya. Andra åter känner oro inför en förändring som innebär ovisshet och kanske försämring. Alla dessa stämningar är var för sig förklarliga. Någon sa häromdagen att vi lever i det stora uppbrottet.
Pretty interesting. This part of the song, at the end of this magnificent guitar solo, we dive down these heavy chords, one beat down at a time, to open up to another beautiful acoustic and higher vocal journey. upbeat song then goes back to the heavy rhythm, and this great vocal line.
Waiting for darkness opens the door, it's slithering.
And the song kind of ends with multiple people laughing. There's that theme of people just voices and things like that are happening throughout this, kind of giving you that eerie feeling of, I don't know, there's this separation of humanity and non-reality, I think, kind of interweaving in with the music and kind of bringing you back to reality when we have these voices. Song number 3, Heart in Hand. Now, I do believe this starts off with a saying that it's too deplorable. Ugh, who the hell are you? So,
Det är för bedrövligt. Usch!
Vem fan är du?
interesting start to a song. The main chorus of the song is a heavy grind, and then it takes this turn to this atomic beat. I think that's beautiful, brilliant. Then at this section here, this kick-ass guitar solo comes in. Fantastic. Now the main rhythm and chorus come back, and then we get this kind of a spacey, alien-like key solo here. Insane. Now, this part here, we take a trip down another gorgeous acoustic ride with some amazing bass lines and soft, heartfelt vocals. Then the song fades off to the next tune, which is Next of Kin. This tune begins with some vocal chanting, almost a kind of a stressful exhaustion of breath there in that moment. Now, the heaviest part gives way to this acoustic solitude after the line, "just a piece of meat in essence." I thought that line was just brilliant.
Just a piece of meat in essence.
Now, this next section here I thought was really cool is these vocal rides kind of give way to this another amazing guitar solo. This song ends with an epic string arrangement. Dark, heavy beats and vocal tones that just sound amazing. Then we come to Lovelorn Crime. This begins with a very soft and intimate piano vocal piece before coming to this chorus, which reminds me a lot of like some of what we heard in Sorceress. Now we get a little symphonic style break before getting to the main chorus. Pretty awesome. Here we have yet another heartfelt guitar solo. Gorgeous. Then the song fades off with a quiet piano medley. Number 6, Charlatan. We start off with a heavy paced beat and this cool bass effect, which I thought was awesome. Now, more voices interrupt. Who is God? What is God? That's a difficult question. I don't believe in God. Do you believe in God? No. Why would I? It's pretty interesting. So a bit of conflict of, debating whether or not God exists or not. So this is a really cool, interesting rhythm and tune, which comes to this out-of-key, weird tone and heavy rhythm comes in here. And this part, this chorus is amazing, making the word heart extend out, which I thought was really cool. And then the same thing happens here, but it's the key tone that extends out instead of the word in the same kind of fashion. Now this part, back to the off-key tones and then a brilliant guitar and keyboard jam. The song fades off to some elegant strings with a woman and child's voice. Now, let's interpret that. Now it says, God, God, God. Is God his name? No, Jesus. Is there only one God? No. How many are there? 30 million, hundreds of thousands. Wow. There's one in every country. Okay. Can they talk to each other? No. He can fly only one head in a moonscape. I don't know if the translation came out right on that one. People say he's watching over us up there. One dies. There is no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. What do you think happens when you die? I think the most... He's still in his graveyard.
Jesus.
Finns det bara en gud?
Nej.
Hur många finns det?
30 miljoner hundratusentals.
Oj,
En i varje land.
okej. Kan de prata med varandra?
Nej. Han kan flyga bara
Folk säger, han drakar.
på månbit.
Det finns inget rätt eller fel. 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 Jag tror det händer när man dör. Jag tror väl mest att man ligger kvar på sin gravplats typ.
And then ends with this ominous chant like you're in a big church hall. And it just has that beautiful effect of being, all these acoustics very wide and open. Here at number 7, we have Universal Truth. Begins with a slight backwards guitar tune, which I will replay forward and see how it sounds. Then the bass line hits with some great vocals and acoustics.
So my face is made of snow. There comes a time in life when this may come too slow.
And then here, this guitar solo kind of comes in early and takes along with Ackerfeld chanting along, which I thought was really cool. Now this section here, we get Mr. Ackerfeld singing these amazing tones before a beautiful ride with these acoustics and soft bass lines, then back to the chorus. Just listen to this gorgeous ending.
That day in zenith, now you made it through the night. Voice of petition came and went for out of sight.
And then we have number 8, The Garroter. A totally different song than I've ever heard from Opeth, but it does start off in the same fashion that they always do, with a nice acoustical, classical style scale and chords and so forth, and then a short little sweet piano tune. But then things change quite dramatically, and we get one of the best jazz-style rhythms that I've ever heard.
Lone hunter in the fray, war the lonely fading lights.
Now, this effect comes in here, then it abruptly disappears, which is very odd. So I love how they add these interesting little effects just to kind of throw you off a little bit and say, what the hell was that?
Control a nation in his grip.
Now this rhythm continues, and voices appear here and there like this.
While in the gutters.
Not sure what that is all about, but it's very cool. And ending with a nice jazzy vocal and guitar duet. It's just beautiful. Now we get to number 9, Continuum. Now this song begins with a groovy bit in the Pluck-style acoustics, and then to this interesting voice saying, "It's just a new day, nothing special has happened." Okay, just standard reality, you know. Before kicking in the main chorus.
So I open up my gate. It's too late to wonder.
Det är bara en ny dag. Inget särskilt har hänt.
Now, this part here is a little piece that sounds like some kind of horn instrument, and then just slams into this super heavy riff and killer solo. Then there's this piece that comes out of that heavy rhythm to take you off into the clouds. Now the song kind of fades off the same way it started, and then slides right into the next tune. All things will pass. Now we begin with a dark and slow acoustic ride, with a tone that kind of echoes. Then this heavy guitar and bass riff kick in, which becomes the heartbeat of the song. This part here is a nice little acoustic and soft vocal ride again before this amazing riff. Now this part here, such an amazing sounding drum beat, and in the vocals that have a confliction of sorts. It's just, what a beautiful ride. This chorus just fades out to what feels like the end. And when I say the end, not just the end of the song, but the end of reality, the end of eternity, the end of Opeth. It just sounds like they meant to say goodbye, which I hope not. I don't believe so. It just kind of gave off that feeling like, geez, I hope that really wasn't the end. So I do think Opeth will make another album. Not sure when, because things have gone up and down in the world. Now I know he's working on some movie tracks, which should be coming soon. So hopefully you can bounce back on track with another Opeth album. So we shall see. So that concludes why this album is the balls. Another gorgeous and beautiful ride into Opeth land to add to their library of amazing albums. Now, after this, I'll be working on some of my own favorite albums from my growing up. What? What do you want, silly? All right. Well, shall we say goodbye? Alrighty, folks. Until the next time. Cheerio.